Hello and welcome to this special flosstube episode. I'm Jantina. I'm Jantina Stitches here on YouTube and on Instagram, and I've been stitching for 1 year. So let's do a whip parade. Actually, this is take 2. I finished filming take 1 just a few minutes ago, and it was for some weird reason upside down and I couldn't flip it. So take 2. I am normally on the other side of my room because it's a little bit overcast today. I'm sitting here, so I hope the lighting is okay. I'm sitting right beneath the window, so let's see. So over the last year I've learned a lot. I learned a lot of new techniques. I learned a lot about different fabrics, different threads, different everything. I also learned a lot about, let me think, words are sometimes really hard. Designer rights. When I started cross-stitching, I didn't know, and what I knew I didn't really care, but now I know how it all works. Yeah, I've changed my ways. So I started cross-stitching on the 18th of May 2018. So I started cross-stitching due to my sister-in-law, Jemima the rocking stitcher. I saw her stitching on her amazing HAEDs, and I loved seeing it, and I thought, wow, that's amazing. And I thought I could never do it, but she said it's just crosses. Everyone can do it, so can you. So I started with something small, and my actually first cross stitch was a kit from Soda Stitch called World Collection, and this is how far I am. Only 2 more left. So I started with this little girl, and it took me about a month. So the last 2 I did 2 in 3 weeks. So yeah. And I'm not really focusing on this one at the moment, but I do want to have it finished soon. So the first of many. So I really loved stitching on my Soda Stitch. So I ordered a similar piece. This one is actually from AliExpress. This is Ballet School. Oh, I forgot to tell. They're both stitched on 14 count wide aida. So if I forget to tell something, or you want to know something about a project, I will list everything below. I didn't know if I said it already in take 2, but so. This is Ballet School, and it's so cute. I only have 2 more girls, 2 cats and 1 girl left, and this will be for my daughter. So I keep all my notes in a little book. So I hope I am not forgetting to tell something. So my next start after doing 2 Soda stitches was a HAED. I couldn't resist. It's beautiful. So I've spent hours and hours on the side of Heaven and Earth, and I finally found King Coda Storyteller by Aimee Stewart, and I started it. It's stitched on 18 count easy guide aida, and I hope this will fit in. No. So that's actually the bottom of the project. So the first row is almost done, and then I have a lot more to go, and I think it's beautiful. I love stitching on it, and it's amazing. The detail, the colors. So hopefully next year I will be 50%. I think this is about 20. So let's see. The next one I started was Owl and Fox. This was also a kit on AliExpress, and I stitched this for a friend who got a baby, and it's really cute. So here's a picture of my finish. And this was stitched on 18 count easy guide aida, some fabric I had left from King Coda. So my next start is also a HAED. This is Storykeep Dande Mouseling, also by Aimee Stewart, and this is actually a restart. I started it first on some really weird fabric, and I didn't like it. It was so stiff, so I couldn't work on it. So I restarted it on 18 count easy guide aida, and I'm not in love yet. I don't like starting HAEDs because you don't see anything of what it will be. And for this I ordered my threads from China, and I took some of them to kit up some other projects, so I don't have enough left. So I think I might frog this all and start it over again, but with regular DMC. So who knows? For now it will be in this bag for a while. So the next one. This was my last start of 2018. This is a specially made design for the Handwerkboetiek in Rodent, which existed for 15 years. And this is how far I am. This is by Ink Circles, and it's stitched on 20 count white aida. All the variegated and gold is done. I only have the pink left, which first I stitched with a non-brand metallic thread, which I hated. I hated how it looked. So I ripped out all the pink and am now restitching it with Petite Treasure braid in magenta. So yay! I love this one. It's one of my favorites. So 2019. Oh, it's not. Ooh. I did something else in 2018. I made this little one finish slothy for a friend. I found this pattern on Pinterest. She just really loves sloths, so I thought this was a cute little present. And another finish I had was this one. I stitched this for my boyfriend. This is on 14 count aida, nothing special. This is actually our names and the date our relationship started in binary code. My boyfriend is a huge nerd, and yeah, this was really fitting for him, for us. So I framed this myself, and it's not really great, but it's okay. So yeah. So this brings us to 2019, and I started Love is Patient, and this is on a white 18 count aida, and this is how far I am. So actually it's almost done, but the berries and flowers and leaves have a lot of quarter stitches, which I don't like doing on 18 counts. But when it's finished, it's so cute. So I hope to finish this in this year. So next up, this is Instead of Sheep by Heartsting Samplery, and I did my own conversion on this. This is stitched on a 20 count kind of marbled aida. And like I said, I did my own conversion. I made a little mistake with the side of the house. It needed to be another color, but I decided just to go with it because it's okay like it is. I also changed the color of the lettering, and I think it's cute. I love the colors. It's very vibrant. So next up is also a little finish. A little finish. This is the letter N, and I use this to keep my broken and bent needles. Just something quick. I just like it. This is stitched on the horrible fabric I first used on Dande Mouseling, but on something small like this it is okay, and it's about 28 count, 1/1. Let me see if I can, yeah, that's better. So next up is Tea Time, and this is a pattern out of a magazine called Time for Tea, and I stitched this on 18 count cream aida. So eventually it will say keep calm and drink tea. I love all the patterns with the sayings about coffee, but I don't like coffee. I drink tea. So I love this one, and there's actually a companion piece which I will stitch next to it. So let's see what's up next. My most recent finish. This is Happily Ever After by Bucilla, and I love it. I got this kit at the craft fair here in the Netherlands, and I started it immediately. And I was a little bit scared about the blended threads, the specialty stitches, like the spider web roses, and all the quarter stitches. And I started it, and it's amazing. I really love how it looks. So yeah, my favorite finish so far. This was stitched on 14 count Aida. So the next one. This actually will be a present. Two of my friends are pregnant, and I'm stitching them both a little present. So this is Sweet Sleep by RTO. It's on 14 count white Aida, and I'm about halfway. So let's see. Oh, that's better. So I saved the back stitching for the end, and it's so cute. So this has to be done in about 9 weeks, along with another one you will see shortly after. So one of my other favorites. Well, they're all my favorite, because I guess it didn't work that way. So a few months ago we had 24 hours of cross stitch, which I joined. I also made a video about it, which I will link down below. And I had a few new starts during 24 hours of cross stitch. And I stitched an hour on all of my whips, and it's a really small start. But this is Inked Spot 7 by Ink Circles, and I stitched this on even weave. Yay, even weave! This is 25 count Goblin, which I tea dyed myself using cherry tea. And this is my start. This is 1/1. And I used Bosbessen by Paradise Garen. And it's beautiful. This is actually true to color. So I think it's beautiful. And I can still smell the tea. So yeah. Another start of 24 hours of cross stitch was Little Moon Welcome by Brooks Books. And it's also on 25 count Goblin. Also tea dyed using a different kind of tea. It's not really showing up. But there's my really, really small start upside down. So, small start. It's the sunflower. And there's a little mistake in it. So I have to frog it out and start over. And maybe I will start out over doing... oh no, no, I will also do this 1/1 words. So what else do we have? The other present for my other pregnant friend. This is a Panda by Magic Needle. Also on 14 count Aida. And this is how far I am. This is a little less than 50%. But I think it's beautiful. It's going to be so cute. Also one of my favorites. And the colors on this are just so vibrant and beautiful. So, yeah. So, next up, my mania starts. We're almost there. So, in another Cosmopolitan computer bag, a HAED. Can't resist heaven and earth designs. They're beautiful. So this is Universe in a Jar by Randall Spangler, and this is my start. This is on 20 count Easy Guide Aida by Swigart, and I love it. So this is just a tiny start, but it will be beautiful. And I'm stitching this for my son. He's 4. He will be 8 by the time it's finished, but he will still love it then. So that were all my HAEDs, but we have some more. So next up, also a mania start, is the Quaker by Joke Trebbe de Nijs. And this is how far I am at the moment. This is about 3 days. And I really, really love it. The colors are amazing. This is also a Paradijsgade, which Joke dyes herself. And this is the colorway. Also quite true to color. It's so beautiful. And this is a cream fabric, cream colored. And I think this is also Goblin, but I'm not sure. Could be something else, but I like stitching on it. So my next mania start is also on 25 count and of a tea-dyed Goblin. It's a little bit darker. Here is my start. This is Stitching in Quilt by Batik. So that's better. And when I started stitching, I fell in love with this pattern, and I bought it at the craft fair, and I immediately had to start it. So it's amazing. It's going to be so beautiful. So almost done. Next up is a bisque, also by Joke Trebbe de Nijs. This is what it will look like when it's done. And I'm stitching this on a black 14 count aida using variegated threads by Anchor, and I love it. It's not quite pastel, it's not quite neon, something in between. And I am hoping to finish this in a bisque, my first one. So it will be beautiful. And actually I don't mind stitching on the black fabric. I've been stitching a lot on the 14 count aida, so my needle knows where the holes are. I don't know. I don't mind stitching on the black. So we have 2 more whips. First up is a special stitch, and it's so small, such a small start. So I'm not going to tell what it will be. You will see eventually. This is also on the same fabric as Instead of Sheep, and this is 20 count. I'm calling it marbled, but it's not marbled. It's just aida 20 count. So the last whip I'm going to show you is a big one. So this is Heart of the Home Sampler by Brenda Gervais. And this is also coffee tea dyed 25 count Goblin. Upside down. So this is my mini start. On camera the green is showing up really well, but in person it's not really that obvious. So I'm debating on starting over 2 over 2 or just going a little bit further. I don't know yet, because I think you need to see what's on it. So that was my last whip, and also probably my last new start of this year, because I really want to enjoy what I have, and I'm going to do no more new starts for the rest of 2019. I think there will be a few exceptions. When I finish 5 projects, I can start something new, and if I have to stitch something for a present for someone, I will also think I might start it. But as little starts as possible for the rest of the year. But I have so much projects to enjoy and to stitch on. It's okay, and maybe I will continue with no starts for a part of next year. Maybe not. We'll see. So yeah, this was it. Thank you so much for watching. If I forgot something about the project, you can see everything in the description box. If you have any questions, please let me know. So I enjoyed making this video. I think it's nice to watch what you have done over a year, especially my first year of stitching. And yeah, I really liked it. So thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time on my regular update. So bye bye.